tortured. It's From the Front Row with Johnathan T. Rokford.
Yeah. Well, you know, me and Lola have been talking about it, and yeah, I know. Hold on, Lola. And we decided that we knew that was going to happen. There was no way in the world. Yeah, okay, yeah. She wanted it. Whoop, 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 whoop. But even Lola knew it wasn't going to last that long. I mean, come on. She's going to get the first lady. Exactly, Lola. Yeah. Okay, be quiet. What's up, folks? It's me, Johnathan T. Rokford, here with another edition of From the Front Row. And folks, I said it last week, and I'll say it again, folks. Times change here in WPA. Now, last week we had multiple titles change hands. This week, it continued. And we start off with our game changer action as Bobby Blaze challenged Shona Campbell to a match, folks. And I'll tell you right now, I was wondering about that because Bobby's good, but we all know what happened to him sometimes. And as always, he did what he does. He loses the game changer title to Shona Campbell. Now, Shona decided to challenge somebody. And folks, this shows you people in WPA do not read, as she wanted someone who had no titles, who never had a title. She tried to give an opportunity to someone who had no title, hadn't won one, and they were too scared. That's literally the only thing we can say about it, is they were too scared. Exactly, they were too scared. But Casper 2779 exactly stepped up and accepted the challenge, folks. Now he's had titles, not too much luck with single titles, but he's had titles, folks. And he stepped up and challenged Shona and took the title from her. Now, of course, he was nowhere to be seen following that, but he did issue an open challenge, which Belt Chaser Supreme, the Beast, decided to go ahead and make himself a champ, I guess. And he accepted the open challenge. Of course, that match is still going on. I see maybe a Monday. What about you, Lola? Yes. Monday. We think Monday. Monday at the least it'll be over. Now we got into regular action with some sanctioned matches as Bobby Blaze was taking on the Super Champion King and was able and lost. Somewhere Melvin is just stewing his hero. As a matter of fact, he was sitting ringside when it happened. He almost started crying, folks. You know, that was weird that Melvin was sitting ringside. I still don't know how he got there, but he was advised not to get involved in any matches whatsoever. Especially with Lycan Umbras going up for a U.S. title. WPA told him under no circumstances was he to get involved, touch anybody, just sit there, do commentary. And actually, he did a pretty good job at the commentary table. And he was joined by the Emperor, once again, who I last week thought had lost a match and just happened to be sitting at the announce table. But he was sitting there with Melvin and our other announcers. They did a pretty good job. You think so, Lola? You didn't think it was all that good? Okay. But he lost the Super Champion King, who's got a title match coming up, folks. And Yes, he does have a title match coming up. And he's building up momentum, folks, for that title. To the point where I'm anticipating that match for the TV championship. He's a former champ, folks. Speaking of former champs, we had Fat Thomas taking on the darkness of Mother Earth, Luna, who is the bane of most people in WPA's existence. I swear, she gets into everything. It's like dealing with a toddler, folks. And yes, that's how surprising it is. It's not. We're not that surprised, okay? So, but Fat Thomas was able to put his weight down on her and defeat her. She's probably had nothing that heavy on top of her whole life. Somebody said he smelled like hot dogs or something. I don't know. Hot dogs and Ohio sweat. Now, our next match featured another group of OGs here in WPA as the Wraith took on Winthorpe Percy Alexander IV. Yeah, and we know it's a dumb name. But Winthorpe did pick up the win. I know, surprising. Somebody from Ohio actually won a fucking match. Now, in our next match, we had DJ Tech taking on Lady Assassin, and he was able to pick up the win to earn himself maybe a little bit of movement on the rankings. Now, of course, we did have a Bruno match, and we know why we call them Bruno matches, because why? That's right, we don't talk about them. So, our next match featured Martel the Carpenter taking on Shepard Bane, and he was able to pick up the win, folks. I mean, Martel dominated Shepard Bane. Are we seeing some kind of new Martel here? I mean, yeah, it's an anomaly. It'll never happen again. I don't think he'll ever dominate anybody like that again. But he picked up the win, beating Shepard Bane, folks. Now, let's keep in mind, Martel does hold a unsanctioned heavyweight title that, to my knowledge, has not been defended. We need to have another unsanctioned matchup here and determine who's going to face him for that title and take it off of him, and then they can hold on to it. It's like Braun Strowman holding a Battle Royal belt he won before he left and never lost, never defended it. Now, our next match did feature the Ronin Shona Campbell taking on the Kingpin JP DiMaggio. And Shona, who's been looking for a good win, defeated DiMaggio. Now, some people say that it was a worthy opponent, but sometimes you know what you could change. Like I've said it before, you could change your name, but you can't change your production in the ring. If you suck, you suck. If you don't, you don't. If you're good, you're good. And since he's been back, or been here, DiMaggio has been sucking. I said sucking, Lola. Sucking. Now, yes, the next match is Jermaine, featuring the sponsored athlete, Jayla Masters. This is an old battle, folks. And it's been going on for a while, since Jayla Masters has been here. And since Jermaine decided to talk about Jayla Masters being sponsored, the bookers figured, hey, why don't we just go ahead and throw y'all in a match together? You ain't doing nothing else anyway. It's not like you're defending anything. And Jermaine Walker defeated the sponsored athlete, Jayla Masters, in a very tightly contested match. But yeah, he'll get the title back eventually. Now, we had some number one contender matches, and we had the number one contender match for the Triple Threat Championship. And it was scheduled to be Uno Mexican versus Fuego El versus Master Sean Puff. But the Master Sean Puff never made it to the ring, and video footage showed him getting attacked before he made his way out onto the ramp, to the point where he wound up needing medical attention, folks, and now needs to wait to be cleared from concussion protocols to make it back into the ring. So we wish you well, right, Lola? Yep. We'll see him when he gets back. Once he gets cleared, who knows how long that may take. Now, in our second match, it was the Messiah versus Needles Kane versus Donnie Boy. Donnie, is it Danny or Donnie? Donnie? Okay. So, Donnie was able to pin Needles Kane. Yes, handily defeated him. We should have known the Messiah wasn't going to do anything in that match. He put up a good fight, but I will say, after the match was over, even though he didn't win, the Messiah cut a promo challenging the Beast to an IC title match should he win. He must have went to the school of absurd. I'm pretty sure the guys that were involved in the number one contender match for the IC title probably didn't take too kindly to that. Speaking of which, it was Quanny Fist and the badass Eddie Vendetti chalking it up again, this time with higher stakes since they had a draw in their last meeting. And the badass Eddie Vendetti was able to defeat Quanny Fist in pretty dominating fashion to become the number one contender to the Intercontinental Championship. Now, he's going to get his match, regardless of who the Intercontinental Champion is. It's good to have one in your pocket. Sort of like if you had a contract that allowed you to get a title shot and you just sat there and held on to it like it was your last piece of bread. Exactly. Ridiculous. You should be ashamed of yourself. But congratulations to the badass Eddie Vendetti, our new number one contender to the IC title. Now, we moved on to championship action, and the Trios champions were in action again. This is amazing. They actually showed up again and defended their titles against the Killer Goons. Now, we had James Alcatraz, Texas Hate You, Mr. Money in the Bank, Mr. Hold On to the Briefcase, till I can find somebody with the belt that I can probably beat that's not named Jermaine Walker, and the Tesseract versus the Killer Goons, Casper 2779, Brass Hole, and Money MF and Mike. And the agency went out there and defended the titles well, as James Alcatraz pinned Money MF and Mike. And they're still our Trios champions. So that just tells you, folks, no matter how many times they defend it or how little they defend it, when they do defend it, you better bring your A game, folks. The agency doesn't play. At least not with that title. It's like they're claiming the fame right now. Now, in Tag Team Championship, we had the Order, Red Death, and Mac Blakely taking on the dynamic duo of Sinister, Johnny Rocco, and the Darkstalker, who together have won the tag titles twice. They're two-time tag team champions. The pressure was all on the Order, folks, and they crumbled as the Darkstalker hit the Black Void on Mac Blakely and picked up the win for his team. And we have new tag team champions, folks, as Sinister once again can call themselves the tag team of WPA. Yes, it's awesome. Say it again. I know. Now, in our Triple Threat Championship, we had Money versus Crusher LB. Yes, that's his name. Crusher LB and South Bronx Savage. Now, the only thing missing from that match was Crusher LB. So it became a one-on-one match, and South Bronx Savage was able to take advantage of that and pinned Money, dethroning him as our Triple Threat Champion. So, next week, it'll be South Bronx Savage versus Uno Mexican versus Donnie Boy for the Triple Threat Championship. Yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot to digest. But it's good that they're seeing some new faces with that belt there. You know, folks, if you're trying to move up the rankings, if you're trying to get some titles, you know, the Triple Threat Championship is a good one to get. Because once you defended that sucker 4 times, successfully defended it 4 times, you get a shot at a higher title. IC title, I believe. So, if you don't like being in the Triple Threat title shot, that's fine. Work your way up the rankings. Go for some other ones. Or when you're in a #1 contender match, show up. Win. That's another win for you to help you move up the rankings. Defend that title. That moves you up some more. That way, by the time you get to the 4th one and you defend it, you're probably going to be going for that IC title. And you're going to probably be higher ranked and have a lot of momentum. It's just my 2 cents, folks. Now, our next championship match featured the newly crowned United States champion Katzen_Corey taking on Lycan Umbros. But when he came to the ring, looked dead at Melvin and told him to stay out of his business. And like I said, folks, Melvin was instructed by the powers that be not to get involved in any match. Granted, the fact that we all know that Lycan Umbros lied about breaking his glasses and scarring them, because, yeah, those glasses never break. You didn't know that? No, his glasses aren't broken. That tape? No, he just put it on there. He just likes the way it looks. He said they can't break. He said there's some kind of Clark Kent limited edition glasses that they're indestructible. Yeah. I don't know, maybe he has some kryptonite. I don't know. But Lycan Umbros went out there and he said what he said what he was going to do. And folks, we have a new United States champion, Lycan Umbros. Congratulations. No, it's believable. Trust me. Now, in a match that I wish had happened the last time and I wouldn't have lost some money, Queen Desdemona faced the First Lady. Oh, do I have to call her Queen still? She doesn't have. She do I? I don't have to be nice. Why do I have to? Okay, I'll call her Queen. Queen Desdemona was facing the First Lady, Alexa Leslie. And folks, we have a new Women's International Champion. The First Lady, Alexa Leslie, is now our new champion. You know, you heard what happened at the party, right? Yeah, she was, yeah, I want a blue belt. Ooh, look at me, I'm taking pictures 6 feet away from that person, yeah. And then you come back and lose the title. That was a very short reign. Yeah, but it happens. That's why it's WPA. Anybody can get it. Now, in our main event, we had Nergahante taking on the Prince of Crime, Delirious. And folks, if you thought it was a fluke when he beat Jermaine Walker, well, when he drew Jermaine Walker, and then when he beat Jermaine Walker, Delirious is no slouch, folks. And he lost to Nergahante, who is still your WPA World Champion. And that's pretty much all I have, folks. Me and Lola are going to sit back and watch a little Star Wars, right? I know, right? Remember, folks, make sure to hug loved ones. Right. Don't drink and drive. And pick up the phone and call that person that might need to hear your voice. You can make a difference in their life. I'm Johnathan T. Rokford, folks. Stay tuned for Philip. He'll be coming up with his pick of the week. Yeah, I know it is kind of boring. Do you, boo? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird. I don't know how long that takes, but math is hard. Hello, WPA. Once again, it is your honor and your privilege to hear my voice across the airwaves. And this week, I come with another pick. As it has become customary in WPA, that my picks are of the most highly anticipated. This week, we choose to bestow the prestige and honor upon narrator of violence, he who hides in the shadows, like Umbus, a new United States champion. Now, some may see this as a blessing, some may see it as a curse, as those that tend to be chosen by me sometimes fail to live up to the expectations and fall flat on their face. But we know there's some that live up to the hype. Just like in those able to eliminate all distractions and concentrate fully on his opponent and bring in unbridled violence to his match, securing him a United States championship in the process. Now, like I warned your predecessor, winning it is easy. Just maintaining and hold on it, such as the great Big Mel did. That shall be hard and the real challenge. You will also be judged by who you select as your opponents. Choose thee well. Always be prepared for the unexpected, as WPA Mad Admin will put some great obstacles in your way to see how good of a champion you really are. But other than that, congratulations, Lagan. We look forward to seeing what you do with the title. But until then, that is all I have. So I bid you good day. I said good day.